Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. And I promised you guys I would start doing it's 2024 today, Saturday. I promised you guys that I would start doing a end of the year tarot reflections videos. I had like 10 of them. So this is the first one. So I think I'm gonna call it hashtag 2024 Tarot Reflections. Yeah, part one. Because I have many parts. So I did a lot of reflecting on what I brought into my collection this year. I've really tried to. I did bring in a lot of decks. I ain't gonna lie. I brought in a lot of decks. I'm not one of those people that needs to take a break or whatever. If I see something I want, I buy it. If something calls to me, I'm buying it no matter what. I don't do low buy years or nothing like that. So I really just want to take stock of what I had brought in the year, what type of decks, just who is the most of a single person I was buying, and I it came up very interesting. So I decided to share with you guys multiple videos over a reflection period of the end of the year instead of just doing one quick video, and just showing you and highlighting some of the things that came into my collection this year that I thought needed extra standout. If that, I feel like I'm rambling, but I don't know if that makes sense. But this is part one of those videos, and this is all the mini decks I bought this year. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, it's Hay House and US Games' fault, mostly, because they've been putting out minis left and right, and I'm like, I have to have all the minis. So I've been buying them. I have one more mini that I wanted to buy this year that I'm not going to buy this year. That came out in a 10 by Rockpool. The problem with that deck is I have the full size. I have never used it, and I'm like, I don't understand why. But that's why I haven't pulled the plunge and bought the mini in the 10. I love the fact that it's in a 10 and borderless and all that, and I love it to pieces. But my hiccup is that I haven't used the full size. I don't ever use the full size, even though it's one of the most beautiful decks I have, and it's an all animal deck. That's besides the point. Today I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it 9? 10. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I have 10 decks. Did not plan that out. I don't know when I got them. I'm going to kind of go when I wrote them down. I do have one Los Scarabeo deck, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is the Solabusca Mini by Los Scarabeo. It's in the little box. All the Los Scarabeo mini decks I have in this box are terrifying. I have 3, and I'm glad I got them in a mini, because if I got them in a bigger edition, I probably would not like the deck. Because they just kind of creep me out. I'm going to have to go a little closer because these are mini decks. So, this just, it creeps me out, and I don't know why. I've barely used it since I got it way earlier in the year. And I do love the artwork, and I love the coloring in it. It just, there's a creep factor that I'm just like, ugh, it literally like nails on a chalkboard using this deck. And that's the same for the Night Sun Tarot and the mini, I'm looking right at it, I can't tell. Oh, everybody uses that deck with the little dolls in it. Creepy. But they all give me this ick factor. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I do think this is a beautiful, beautiful deck, and that's why I got it in the mini. I do love Los Scarabeo size minis because you can see everything without squinting. And as you're going to see here, a few decks I have now are super tiny. I love them because they're tiny. And I have enough. I mean, these are just decks I got in 2024. But I have quite the collection of mini decks now. And I think they're really cool. I love, as you guys know, I love many things. So these rub right up against that other itch for me. But I do really like the Los Scarabeo box size decks. They're just big enough. They're, to me, the true mini. They're not too small. They're not too big. They're just right. But that was the Solabusca Tarot in the mini. Next we have the Zodiac Tarot. This is by US Games. And as you're going to see later, US Games has its own video. Because I bought a lot of US Games decks this year, not including this mini. Let me go back out a little bit because this one's a little bit bigger. It's a Tarot and a 10. So it's much bigger size than the one I just showed you. I did edge it in black. I did not like this deck when Marlena Teresa was doing it, using it for the deck and walk. And I was like, it's on my I'll get if it ever goes on sale list kind of deal. This is the Tarot and 10 versus the Los Scarabeo I just showed you size. Really cool. I like this bigger size, but again, to me, this is a true mini here. And you see I got even smaller than that. But I love the edging here. I do love this deck. I like the black backgrounds. I do like that it has the astrological and planetary symbols on the cards. It's really, really cute. And I just think this is... I love the taros and the 10s also. I can riffle shuffle this also. I don't like that it's a glossy cardstock. I don't know if the full size is. Again, I don't have the full size. I don't have the full size of the Solabusca either. And again, I'm glad I don't because it's creepy. But this, actually, I bought it when I saw it came out in a pocket size. I'm like, I'll try it. Because I had no interest in it when she was showing it through her deck and walk that I followed last year. And then I bought it in the mini, and I'm like, I freaking love this deck. I don't know why. I'm just like, I love it to pieces. Yeah, it's gorgeous, and I love it. And I've used it quite a bit, especially trying to, as somebody that gets I'm very flighty when it comes to the zodiac sign, despite the fact that I do want to learn all the zodiac signs and stuff. I just don't have the tolerance for it for some reason. But that is deck 2. Deck 3 is the Herbal Astrology Oracle, Pocket Oracle. This is by Hay House. I love this size also. I love that Hay House does a bigger mini in their oracles. I can riffle shuffle this guy. Look at that. I mean, I just messed that up, but I can riffle shuffle this. Now, I do have the bigger version of this. And of course, when I knew it was coming out in a pocket size, I'm like, I have to have it. And there are some, I'll say, one correction in the mini that I did not catch in the big size. In the big size, there's 2 cards that have the same word. And when I did my walkthrough of the 2, I did a walkthrough, not a walkthrough, but a comparison to these 2 decks. You could see it. But I'm like, I didn't even notice that until after. But this deck and I have been through some stuff. But the big version, anyway, I haven't really used the smaller version, but I do love it. I love the deck itself. I feel like when I get a smaller size, I now have a size that I can go travel with and leave the bigger size at home. But I had some female issues going on last year. I pulled from this deck, and it literally showed the uterus on the card, and I'm like, what? I mean, and then the medicine, the herb that was on the card, it said to take that, and I took some. I actually found it in a vitamin form, and it helped. And I'm like, this is crazy. So it was like an instant bond with this thing. There's the card right there. The Pau de Arco. That stuff works if you're having uterine issues. Just so you know. But yeah, this deck was crazy. Blew me out of the water just with the herbal part of it. Not even the fact that it also has astrology stuff in it as well. And I'm just like, wow, it blew me away. So as soon as there was a mini available, I'm like, yes, I'm buying it. So now I can take the mini out in the world and share it with other people. But that is my mini herbal astrology. So cute. I think it's adorable. Hay House. Everybody, as you can see, we've already done U.S. Games, we've already done Los Scarabeo, and we've already done Hay House. Everybody was putting out decks, mini decks this year. It was crazy. So next we have another Oracle by Hay House, the Wisdom of the Oracle. So freaking cute. Of course I was buying this. So cute. I did that. It's a little bit smaller than the one I just showed you. Maybe. Yeah, a little bit smaller. A little bit, like a hair smaller. But it's glossy. It's exactly the cardstock as the full size, which I have. And again, this is one of those decks that I'm like, as soon as I saw that it was available in a mini, I was buying it. There was no if, ands, or buts about it. I was getting it. And I was like, I'm in love. I used the crap out of this deck when I first got it. It's been a minute, so it kind of helped reinvigorate my love for this deck when I got the mini. And I'm just like, I love you. And it made me realize I missed this deck, and I loved it. I love it to pieces. But it's so freaking adorable, and I love it to pieces, and nothing has changed between this and the full size. It's still even the same cardstock, glossy cardstock, and I just love it to pieces. And I, again, as soon as I saw it was coming out in a mini, I'm like, oh, now I have a travel size and a stay home size. And it's my favorite card in there, Between the Worlds. Look at that. Gorgeous. So that is the, oh my god, what did I just say? Wisdom of the Pocket Oracle, or Wisdom of the Oracle Pocket Edition. So that was that. And I'm thinking, did I get my Mystical Shamans this year or last year? I think it was last year. Oh no, I would be mad if I didn't. I went through all my videos, so I don't remember seeing it in any of my videos. So that was deck 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to go look at now, again, by, I think this is AGMK something. The Ink and Intuition Tattoo Tarot. Yeah, it's by Landmark and King, Lawrence and King, sorry. This is a nice little mini. It's about the same size. A little bit taller, I think, but it's the same width as, no, yeah, it's a hair taller and a hair wider than the Los Scarabeo deck. This is the Tattoo Ink and Intuition Tarot, and it riffle shuffles. That was my bad, but I'm horrible this morning at this. But I freaking love this deck. I don't use the full size because when I got it, I have the full size. When I got the full size, I got it like 2022, 2021, something like that. When I got the full size, it was warped really badly. And it kind of put me off using it. Plus, I don't know that I like this cardstock. It's more papery. But it's the same cardstock as the full size as well. But this one wasn't warped. And I'm like, maybe I can use it now. And this just came out like October, November, or something like that. But again, I love it because it's all... Why are they all turned around? There's my Chariot. It's just a beautiful... It's beautiful. Beautiful deck. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that is the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition Tarot deck. And I just think, like I said, that's the 4th publisher now in just this video that has come out with mini decks this year. And I'm like, everybody's on board this year. So now we have... Okay, now we have also Hay House, or not Hay House, U.S. Games. The next 3 are U.S. Games. The 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot. As soon as I saw this, I'm like, I need it. And now there's a freaking Oracle deck. And I'm like, what? That goes with the full size. Oh, well, it goes with the deck. But it is so stinking tiny. It is smaller even than the Los Scarabeo. It is so tiny. Look how much smaller it is than the Los Scarabeo. Oh my god. That's crazy. This is one of my favorite Hierophants ever. Freaking love this deck. I had the full size, which I trimmed down because they're like, we're never going to come out with a borderless. And yet here it is in a mini size, borderless. And I'm like, ugh. It took me a while to decide to trim the big size anyway, because the edges that I trimmed off, the borders, had what number each card was in the way they did them in the art, which I thought that was cool. Now, it is in the book, tells you in the book, but I just thought it was cool that it was on the card, so it took me a minute to actually trim it, but then I had to trim it because the white borders were horrible. The card was 10 times bigger than it is, just with the borders. Look how beautiful that is. That's the cover of the box on the full size, and then the full is the cover of the little box. But I think this is so freaking cute, and it's even smaller than the Ink and Intuition tattoo. It's so freaking tiny, but I'm like, oh my god, it's beautiful. I love it. 2 pieces, 2 pieces, 2 pieces. So that is the mini 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot. Next we have, which I've been using the crap out of, the Tarot Mystical Moments mini. And let me tell you, yeah, I love it. Got a book and everything with it. Even has the extra card. It's probably still in the box. Even comes with the extra card that tells you about her. Cannot ruffle shuffle that. Let me see, compared to the Lo Scarabeo. Lo Scarabeo is a little taller and wider, so this is still even way smaller than that. And this again is the mini too, so and it has all the extra cards, like all the did not plan that out right there. It's so beautiful, and again, I love this deck. So when it came out with the mini, I'm like, I'm not getting that. It's gorgeous. I love it to pieces. The deck reads fantastic, as we all should know by now. Gorgeous. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Just beautiful. It has the exact same cardstock as the full size. It's just not edged silver, which I don't mind because the silver kind of cuts into my hand sometimes because it's such a large, it's an oversized deck. So it's like an oracle size. So I'm glad that this doesn't have any gilding on it. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. We all know this is a beautiful deck. I love this death card. It's one of my favorite death cards. And that is the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Gorgeous. Now I'm going to show you how much bigger it is than this deck. This one is, see how much bigger it is than the 8 Coins Tattoo? The 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot is just super duper tiny. And there's so much detail work in that I'm like, they should have made it a tad bigger. But I like many things, as we know. Okay, last US Games deck. Could not pass this up. I actually just got this last week in the mail. This is US Games. This is the Centennial Borderless Mini. So it's the borderless, so it's still got the dark green backs. It even has all of the little art cards, which I thought was impressive. They did all the little art cards that comes in the full-size Centennial Borderless. And then we got the deck itself. And it's still that buttery, soft US Games cardstock that we like. It's just mini. And I freaking love it. I have 2 minis now. This is actually bigger than the other 2 I just showed you. That's compared to the Lo Scarabeo. And then the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot. It's just way smaller. And then Tarot Mystical Moments. I guess, oh no, we're looking at the wrong thing. I threw the wrong card off. Okay. So it's about, yeah, it's a little bit, this one's fatter. But I still like this size in this. This is a good mini size. Also, especially if it's an straight up RWS deck. It's beautiful. Beautiful deck. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love it. Again, I feel like I have now a deck that I can go travel with and a deck that stays home. And I was impressed when I got this. And I'm like, ugh, it's so tiny. And then I'm like, oh no, it's the same buttery cardstock. It's the same beautiful beautifulness that you would get with the other. So I'm impressed with that. US Games is doing good. They just need to make them a tad bit bigger because I'm blind. Anyway, last two, and I didn't know if I was really going to add these in. I had to dig them out of somewhere. I don't know where I've stuck them. But I got these at Five and Below. The Tarot 78 card deck and Daily Affirmations card. They're literally like an inch tall. They're actually keychains. But they have the full deck in here. I'm not even going to take them out just because they are super tiny. Now I'm going to show you. I actually have this deck in full size. It's a Five Below deck. It's a tarot deck. It's a pip deck. I actually really like this deck. I'm going to show you compared to the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot, which is the smallest one I have here. That's how tiny it is. That is so comical. So comical. That's so tiny. But I like the full-size deck. Now, I'm not going to use these, obviously. I do love this affirmation daily card. It's very 70s style. It's really cool looking. Oh, and they're like stuck together. Are they what? They're messed up. If I could get a full size of this, that would be fabulous. I just don't know where to get it because I've only ever seen this in the mini. It's just hilarious how tiny that is compared to the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot. Anyway, that is all of the decks I have for you guys for video 1, part 1. Now you might see some, what's the word I'm trying to say? Bleed over, not from the minis, but I have so many videos coming out. Some decks kind of are in more than one video. That's what I was trying to say. Some of the decks are in more than one video, but for the most part, it's individual videos with like all new decks. But that is the first video I'm doing here, and that is all my mini decks. I'm just gonna leave that there because I prefer that. That's really cool. Yeah, all my mini decks. Part 1. I would love to see you guys as mini decks if you just became addicted like me and just bought all the mini decks that came out this year. That feels like what I did. Every time there was a mini out, I'm like, I'm buying it, and I bought it. The only other one that I wanted to get this year was the Deviant Moon, which I don't really use the Deviant Moon a lot, and I have 2 copies of it already, so I'm like, do I really need the mini? And the other one that came out in a 10, and I never really used the full size anyway, so I don't know. We'll see. It might take over where I need to go buy those decks. Anyway, regardless, this is part 1. All my mini decks that I got in 2024. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And you guys have a good afternoon. Bye.